I'm back.
Oh,
You guys miss me? I know you miss me.
no. I can't miss you if you don't go away.
Okay, relax, everybody. Okay, I get the round of applause. I know it's a big deal. It's okay. I get it.
Fashionista Calvin Couture.
He's busy. He's busy. All right.
Apparently going to take it upon himself
for Katie Arquette win. Huh?
To hijack this show now that we don't have somebody down there running it.
Who is that? I don't know who that is. She doesn't matter. It's because she doesn't matter. Want to know why? Because coming down the aisle, she is from Hollywood, California, the one, the only queen of the silver screen, Katie Arquette!
A grandiose introduction for the queen of the silver... Sorry, Calvin. The queen of the silver screen, Katie Arquette. As we try to move on, I mean, I don't know about you, but I still feel just in a state of disarray and just uncomfortable from what we just watched between Londyn, Kitsch, J-Rock, and then Andrew Palace at the end. We're going to try to move on here, though. Another piece of uncomfortable business took place earlier tonight when Katie Arquette came out following the Tag Team Championship match and fired her personal coach, Nikki Valentino.
Yeah, Nikki Valentino apparently not part of the group anymore.
Will this be a help or a hindrance for Katie in this matchup, in your opinion?
I mean, she hasn't replaced her coach yet, so I don't know that it would always have to be a hindrance. Correct?
We'll see if it's a case of who's back. Lendel's a professional and he wants to do his job out here. Now's not the time to test him, Katie.
Introducing next.
Just let him do his job. Let's move on. And I'm going to have to address this when I get back into the front office after the weekend. But right now we have a huge matchup in the Premier Women's Division that certainly deserves a lot of attention.
Making her way to the ring from Harlem, New York, the exalted one, Londyn Ali.
Making her way to the ring. Clearly unimpressed with the queen of the silver screen.
Well, Londyn Ali has, let's say, lived a hard life. She's come up and earned everything that's come to her. She's been somebody that's always been willing to extend a hand and help up the person on the rung of the ladder below her. She has had a work ethic that has defined her entire life. She's basically the antithesis of what Katie Arquette stands for.
So you're saying she's not a queen of the silver screen?
That would be correct. You cannot deny the success Londyn has had in Premier. Beat Katie her first night in, and how about this returning star? Zoey Skye has been all over the world. She has succeeded in Shimmer. She's succeeded in Japan. She's held championships in some of the most high-profile women's-based organizations in the world. And she's not been seen in Premier in, I believe, 15 months. And the landscape in the women's division, Jay Worth, has certainly changed in that time frame. So much new blood has filtered in, and the women's division, I think, inarguably more competitive now than it's ever been.
Yeah, a real resurgence in ladies wrestling, and someone like Zoey Skye may not be used to that level of competition that now exists.
And I think Zoey is well aware of the issues between Katie and Londyn. Offering her 2 cents.
Please find these a good well. That'd be great. That'd be great.
And Calvin explaining it to the fans at ringside. And there we have a handshake.
Katie, obliged. That's
Not more of a pie face. 2 pie faces. Oh.
And Katie Arquette finds herself in the middle. Keep in mind, Jay, this is elimination rules. Maybe Londyn and Zoey eliminate Katie and then settle the contest amongst themselves.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, that's... Oh. Or maybe they just decide to tag hold of each other, right?
See who gets the upper hand. First time these two have met in the ring, to my knowledge. Londyn fashions herself a living saint, community server, always willing to help out others. The great-great-granddaughter of one of Harlem's notorious female gangsters, Stephanie St. Clair. Someone who always stood up for what she believed in, and Calvin tripping up Zoey. Londyn tries to take that same empowerment, that same rebel spirit, into helping people and fighting for what's right here in present day in professional wrestling and in society in general. And I don't think she feels it being right that she's been the victim of 3-on-1 assaults from Katie and her entourage, but thankfully she had Cisco Silver there along the way as well.
And right now, at best, it's going to be a 2-on-1 assault. I wanted to point out, I don't know if you noticed, but it was a 2-prong attack there where Calvin pulled Zoey out of the ring. And then while that caused a distraction, Londyn got attacked by Katie Arquette.
2 count only there from Zoey on Londyn. 2 count on Katie. Certainly a lot of moving parts in this matchup. And for my money, these may be the 3 most underrated female athletes maybe anywhere in the United States, if not just regionally. Katie is still under 2 years in, star on the rise. Londyn about the same. Zoey's just starting to branch out in a national, international territory. And these 3, I think, could give anybody a run for their money on any given night.
Well, every time, we've said it before with other people, but every time Katie gets into the ring, I see her get better and better at what she does. She's almost like a sponge, just absorbing each experience and processing it to be a better wrestler next time.
Katie Arquette, full extension of the leg. And certainly there's a lot of pride and ego on display in this contest as far as proving dominance in this area, proving superiority. Rumors are beginning to circulate that there may be an addition of a Premier Women's Championship in 2019. Certainly, if that comes to fruition, these athletes want to be on the cusp. They want to be on that front line for potential contention as Katie almost eliminates Zoey.
You would have to believe that any of these women would have to be one of the contenders. Just, I'm not saying an automatic title shot, but when you're looking at how you're going to decide the winner, each of these names has to be at least in contention.
Certainly spine buster by Katie Arquette, nicely done. 2 count only. Certainly a lot of other great athletes we've seen that you have to throw into that argument. How about Jocelyn Navarro, who went undefeated for over a year. Holiday recently making your debut, and we understand there are more on the way as Zoey connects with that Enziguri-style kick to Katie. Calvin looking concerned on the floor, and Zoey certainly realizing the treacherous waters she's gotten back into here as far as the level of competition. She's having to give it her all, and we are at a stalemate with all 3 athletes, worse for wear.
I was going to say, all 3 ladies down, only 2 in the ring. They are laying it all on the line right now. We see Londyn finally crawling back in.
And I'm not sure which of these athletes best have their faculties. They are both wobbly-legged and just firing off with whatever they can on whatever's nearest to them.
All 3 just landing shots to the jaw. Nope.
To the upper hand. Camel clutch. That's something you don't see too often, but notice the extension, the arc of the back, and the torque on the body. But look at Londyn.
Oh, into a dragon sleeper.
And Katie has to break her hold just to counter out of Londyn's. And again, elimination rules. Anybody could have tapped there. This matchup would have pressed on. Oh, jawbreaker by Katie Arquette. And Zoey bringing the fight once more. Katie to the outside. Londyn a power slam. Nicely done. This'll do it. No.
Good elevation, and then used her own weight dropping down onto her for the horizontal thrust, so to speak.
I shudder to think what Calvin was whispering to Katie a moment ago. Katie and Valentino beat Cisco and Londyn at Anniversary thanks to Calvin hitting Londyn with a hairbrush of all things. And now, hopefully not instrumental here, as Katie and Londyn go back and forth center ring.
Oh, and a nice back elbow right to the jaw. Caught her square on the side of the jaw.
And Londyn gonna take a chance. Could this be the end for Katie Arquette? Wait a minute, Calvin! Come on! Calvin blatantly pushing Londyn off. Katie had the official.
Good spear.
Spear connects, and Londyn Ali's been eliminated, but again, you got to give the assist to Calvin.
Ali has been eliminated.
Well, you asked if the 3-on-1 number game could be a problem. They said no, because it's a 2-on-1 number game. Clearly, Katie Arquette is working that number game to her advantage.
And it's Katie and Zoey Skye one-on-one. Zoey finds an opening. Nice combo of strikes could have her here. Sense the frenetic nature on Zoey, her body language, trying to finish this thing off. Backcracker, but Katie holds on.
Gets her back into the turnbuckle.
And Katie dropped with the modified code breaker. That knee caught her on the jaw.
And Zoey upstairs.
Oh, not again, not again. Calvin's going to do it again. And Londyn Ali's still out here. London's not going to let it happen twice, especially to somebody she respects. Zoey, a missile drop kick on top of Katie. Katie was distracted by the fracas on the floor.
Here's her winner, Zoey Skye.
And Zoey Skye takes advantage. Katie's distraction worked to her favor the first time, but backfired the second. Zoey Skye a victory on her return.
You could even say Zoey might have even stolen that one. What with the confusion and everything going on.
Yeah, confusion initiated by Calvin and Katie.
You're mincing hairs.
Respect between Zoey and Londyn, no hard feelings there. Zoey got the win. And you know they'll be, wait a minute.
Oh.
Calvin's got Londyn Ali, come on.
He is not happy about how this went down.
Zoey didn't see it, but somebody does. Cisco Silver, again, making sure that London's not the victim of an unfair assault. And Calvin and Katie, mad at the world, but they're not going to get in and fight until it's on their terms, and it's not on their terms when the numbers are even, is it?
I mean, I don't blame them. They've lost the advantage. Why would you push?
There'll be a day very, very soon where these four entities will collide, and hopefully we'll settle this for good.